Okay. Hey, so what this video is gonna be is I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my Lasik procedure and how it is getting it done in Korea. So first thing I wanted to say is the reason why I decided to do it in Korea is that it's extremely affordable. It's cheaper, right? Back in the States, I did a little bit of research and it said it goes anywhere from between $2,000 to 2,500 per eye. And so as a result, obviously you double that amount, you would be paying about 4,000 all the way up to about 5,000, give or take a couple $100 from that. But here in Korea, the price is well, if you go, I don't know about other places, but the place that I went to said it's originally $2,600, right? Or it's 2,000, or yeah, $2,600, right? But they discount to 1,600 for me. I've read other expats or other foreigners where they went to the same place and they got it for 1,300. So maybe you can haggle, or maybe they'll give you a different price depending on your condition and the type of surgery you want. Because obviously you should know there's a difference between LASIK and LASEK. But yeah, so I paid about 1,600. It's still a hefty amount, but you have to understand that you're giving money to have perfect vision again, and it's something that I think is just incredible that there's even a procedure for that in this age, that you can just give some money or some paper and then you can have perfect vision. I think that's just incredible, and I don't really think you can put a price on that, but apparently our society says you can. And what's also cooler, or what's also better about Korea is that I'm sure maybe not all of you know, but a lot of Koreans, or just in this area, a lot of people have poor vision. As a result, like, the demand for the LASIK surgery is high, and the equipment is state of the art, and the service is amazing. They treat you very well. They try to make you as comfortable as they can, and they guide you through it. And if you go to any medical areas, clinics, offices, they have one or two people that can speak English to a communicational level degree, or the doctor himself, he can speak English fairly well. So there is no issues with communication. The entire process was very simple, right? But I'm a big scaredy cat. I'm a big coward, and so for me the process was extremely scary, right? They lay you down and then this machine just comes in front of your face and they clamp your eyes open. Like, as you can already tell, my eyes are pretty small, so it's like I had to it was weird, man. It was weird. But now I have perfect vision, or they say 80% of my vision is restored so far, because it's only been a day after the surgery. I think it's one of the best things that I decided to do for myself, and I'm happy that I was a good candidate for LASIK. Obviously, do your research on the differences, what's more better for you, but LASIK to me was a better option. There's a faster recovery period. It's not as, I guess, there's a little bit of a risk. If you play like extreme sports, you do boxing, you do MMA fighting, like anything that requires like you getting hit in the face or like taking objects to your eye, that may mess up your vision in the future. But the chances of me doing something like that is extremely low. I'm not a very athletic person, and I just don't care for sports that much. So I was thinking, why should I go with a surgery that actually hurts, that has a longer healing process, yet it is more permanent. But I mean, I personally, just because I have LASIK, I'm not going to force myself to suddenly play a sport. I mean, I appreciate sports, but it's not for me. So some of you people who do like, playing sports often, maybe you guys want to go with LASIK, but I'm not here to talk about that. The entire experience with LASIK in Korea is incredible. Like I said, in the States, because the price is so high and there's not a lot of people that do it, the doctors, I'm sure they're skilled and they're qualified, but they're not as talented, or they're not as efficient, in my opinion. Not that I would even know, right? I've only had LASIK once, and it was in Korea. But I would assume, right, and it's not just out of my ass, I think it's safe to assume that Korean doctors for eye surgery, or for LASIK eye surgery, they're more skilled because there's a lot more people that want to get it done. As a result, they've had a bunch of people. Like for me, I felt like a statistic when I got there. Not that they treated me like one, but it was comforting to know that when I got there, he was like, oh, we've seen this a million times. Like we can do this again. Like it'll be nothing. Like it'll be really easy, really quick, and you can just go. And that's comforting versus a surgeon or a doctor who's like, well, this is my second or third time. I'm not too used to it, so we have to be careful. Like if I heard things like that, I would feel, uncomfortable. And maybe you could argue with me that doctors could lie and just always say something like, but that's a different topic. But overall, like my LASIK experience was great, and I highly recommend it in Korea. So the place that I got it done is, I live in Ulsan, South Korea, and most of you, if you don't live in Korea, and even if you live in Korea, you probably don't even know where this place is unless you live in the southern part of Korea, like Busan. And the thing is, from Ulsan, there's a bus terminal that I live like 30 minutes away from that. If I take the bus, it takes 40 minutes to get to Busan, and it takes me like pretty much 5 minutes away from the place that I got my eye surgery, or the LASIK done. And I really recommend this place. It's called 소중한 눈, right? And I can spell it out for you in the description or whatever, but they take such good care of you. It feels amazing. The people are there so friendly, they're very welcoming. Yeah. And I think very simply, like if you really want to do it, I think Korea, if you ever teach in Korea or if you ever come to visit Korea, it's the best thing to do. Like I even try to calculate a little bit of it in my head, but if you just take the money to travel to Korea and go to Busan and get the surgery and then go back home, that is still cheaper than doing the surgery in the States. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in the States. So, yeah. And so I no longer need glasses. That's the thing. Let's see. Give me 1 second. So this is the bad boys that I used to wear all the time. And now if I wear them, I can't see anything. And now I have perfect vision, and I'm so psyched. I'm so excited to live my, remainder of my days with perfect vision. So take care, friends and family. And if there's any questions, I made this video on the fly, so I didn't go too much in depth. So if you wanna ask me questions, I'll probably add some pictures of my surgery, right? Nothing disgusting, but just to show you guys what it's like. Yep. Take care.